Welcome to Mashvisor. Mashvisor is a platform which helps real estate investors easily and quickly find and analyze rental properties in any U.S. market. All data and analytics are presented in easy-to-read visualizations, which allow even beginners to make intelligent investment decisions based on actual data and predictive analytics. On our platform, you can analyze both long-term, traditional, and short-term Airbnb rental properties. We have made this possible by obtaining traditional rentals comps from the MLS and Zillow and Airbnb rental comps directly from Airbnb.com. This means that our analysis is based on the actual performance of comparable rental properties in the area. Now let's have a look at how you can use Mashvisor to find a lucrative traditional or Airbnb property. You can start by typing a city in the search bar. For example, Atlanta is a top location for investing in real estate. On the left-hand side of the screen, you will see a city map which shows you all available properties for sale in Atlanta. The circles with the numbers represent the number of properties available for purchase in each area. Here, you can also see in how many neighborhoods these properties are located and what the median property price is. All these are MLS listings, which are updated daily so that you can always have access to active listings. One of our users' favorite tools on the Mashvisor platform is the Neighborhood Heat Map. The heat map can be used to have a quick visual overview of some of the key indicators in the area. For example, if you are interested in purchasing an Airbnb rental property, simply click on Airbnb Cash-on-Cash Return, and the map will become color-coded, highlighting areas with low cash-on-cash return in red and areas with high cash-on-cash return in green. Similarly, you can analyze areas based on listing price, traditional and Airbnb rental income, traditional cash-on-cash return, and Airbnb occupancy rate. Now let's have a look at the information on the right-hand side of the screen. On the Investment tab, you will find MLS-listed properties for sale in this area. You can scroll down to see a full list. The second tab, the Airbnb tab, shows you all the Airbnb listings in the market. These are actual Airbnb rentals which are not available for purchase, but which we use for our data analysis. You can scroll down to see what type of properties are listed, what's their average daily rates, and what occupancy rate and monthly rental income they are able to generate. Similarly, if you click on the Traditional tab, you'll see the properties listed for rent on a monthly basis. Now let's take a look at the filters on the top of the page. These filters will help you find properties for sale which match your expectations and requirements as an investor. First, you can switch between cash and mortgage. You can enter the amount which you plan to put down. When you choose your mortgage type, the interest rate will be automatically filled in based on the average rate in this particular market. You have the option to change this rate. Next, you can choose your required cash-on-cash return. Let's say you can have the platform show you only properties which are able to bring you 7% or more. You can also set a minimum cap rate, let's say 6%. You can further narrow down your property search by setting your budget range. You can also choose which neighborhoods you want your property to be located in. This is not a complete list of all neighborhoods in the city, as our platform uses AI to point out the most favorable areas for investments. From the More Filters button, you can access other filters. Importantly, you can ask to see properties which are capable of generating a minimum of $1,500 in monthly income when rented out on a monthly basis, for example. Or you can filter properties which will bring you an income of $2,000 or more when listed on Airbnb. You can choose a specific property type. If you leave this option unchecked, our platform will show you all available property types for sale. You can choose to see only properties which are active listings at the moment by unchecking Pending. You can see the total number of properties for sale which match your requirements. Clicking on any of these properties will take you to the property page where you can see detailed analysis of their investment potential. On the top of the page, you see the property address, the listing price, the number of bedrooms and bathrooms, and the size of the property. Below, you see a basic description of the property as outlined on the MLS, as well as the listing agent and his contact information. You can have a look at the photos of the property. By scrolling down, you can see some more detailed information about the property. Under Property Characteristics, you can see the property type, for how many days it's been on the market, and other important information. Now that's where the fun begins, when you get to the Rental Strategy section. Here's a side-by-side comparison for traditional and Airbnb. Basically, if you are to purchase this property and rent it out as Airbnb, you can expect to earn that much per month. This estimate is based on the performance of comparable Airbnb listings in the area. Below, we provide an estimate of the monthly expenses for this type of property. This gives you an estimated cash flow, as well as cash-on-cash return and cap rate for each rental strategy. You can hover over to the right to our mortgage calculator. Make sure your mortgage calculator is set to the right financing method, mortgage in our case. Based on the property price and your budget, you can adjust the down payment, either as a dollar amount or as a percentage of the property price. Any changes which you make to your financing plan will be automatically recalculated in your investment property analysis. Our platform is highly interactive and responsive. As one example, the rental income field is editable. For instance, if you plan to make some improvements to the property and you can rent it out for $2,500 a month, once again, we will automatically recalculate your cash flow, cash-on-cash return, and cap rate. At any point, you can go back and reset the numbers to our estimates. Next, you can see the occupancy rate as a percentage or as the number of days for which you will be able to rent out your property in a year. From the data we've gathered from Airbnb, here is the expected occupancy rate. But if you are able to optimize your listing and push your occupancy rate up, you will immediately see how this will affect your rental income, cash flow, cash-on-cash return, and of course, cap rate. If you are wondering where we got this comparable rental income from, all you have to do is click on the Rental Comps and Insights tab. You will see the valuation analysis including both traditional listings and Airbnb listings. Let's have a look at the Airbnb listings. This is a list of all active Airbnb rental listings in the area. First of all, you can see how similar these rental comps are to the property you are currently analyzing. You can organize the listings to see the most similar ones on top. You can see their distance away from your target. You can see their occupancy rates, average daily rates, and average monthly income over the past 12 months, as well as their ratings and number of reviews. Now let's go back to our rental strategy analysis. Let's see how our platform calculates the monthly expenses shown right here. Just scroll down to the Expenses section. We have separated the one-time startup costs from the recurring monthly expenses. The one-time startup costs are national averages and are completely customizable. If you don't need repair costs, you could change that value to 0. It will automatically update the total. You have the option to add custom expenses as well. On the right-hand side, our platform gives you the breakdown for traditional and Airbnb recurring expenses. These are customized to the property address based on data from multiple resources to guarantee accuracy. Let's take property management as an example. This is an average of 10% of the rental income. Again, you can change these estimated expenses and you can add custom expenses. Let's say the HOA fee is a bit higher. Any change you make to the startup or recurring costs will be reflected in the total value and will be updated in the rental strategy, analysis up, recalculating your cash flow, cash-on-cash return, and cap rate. One last feature I want to show you is our Smart Property Finder. This tool can help you analyze properties in multiple cities simultaneously. Let's say you're thinking about investing in Atlanta, but also Orlando and Fort Lauderdale, Florida. And to make things even more interesting, let's add Austin, Texas. You can search either within the same state or across different states. What the Property Finder does is use artificial intelligence to organize available properties for sale in a decreasing order of cash-on-cash return. In the Property Finder, you can set your budget as well as your preferred rental strategy, type of property, and number of bedrooms and bathrooms. Once you select a rental strategy, Airbnb or traditional, the properties will be organized in a decreasing order of cash-on-cash return for this particular strategy. Clicking on any of these properties will take you to the property page with the readily available information, data, and investment analysis.